In today's episode, we bring you breaking stories from the United Kingdom and Spain that will absolutely shock you. We've selected two major topics, and we'll spend 2 minutes on each. Why? Because your time matters, and these stories are connected in ways you won't believe. My name is Andrew Meatrich. I used to work as an analyst for a state-run media outlet, but I chose freedom of speech over top-down directives a long time ago. Now I speak out about what I believe matters, without fear and without needing approval from those in power. I live in Europe, follow current events every day, and explain complex issues in simple terms that actually make sense. My goal is not to spread misinformation, but to provide clarity, without comforting fairy tales, and without panic. Just the plain truth that mainstream media won't tell you. Support this video with a like and subscribe. It's important for the channel growth, and even more important for you to stay informed. Because tomorrow, the news could change everything, and you need to be prepared. Don't miss it. Today, we're diving deep into the dark world of human trafficking, where criminals are making millions while governments spend billions trying to stop them. You won't believe what's happening right under our noses across Europe. Let's talk about the United Kingdom's latest desperate attempt to control illegal migration, and trust me, you're going to be absolutely stunned by these numbers. The British government just announced they're throwing another £100 million at the problem. Let me repeat that slowly, £100 million of taxpayer money. This massive sum will fund 300 new National Crime Agency officers, cutting-edge detection technology, and strengthen the migrant return deal with France. But here's the shocking reality that will make your blood boil. More than 25,000 illegal migrants have already crossed the treacherous English Channel in small boats just this year alone. And we're only in August, folks. The full-year numbers are projected to be catastrophic. The government also plans to introduce harsh criminal penalties for social media posts that advertise illegal migration services. We're talking about up to 5 years in prison for anyone caught promoting fake passports, dangerous boat crossings, or illegal work opportunities online. According to official government data, a staggering 80% of arriving migrants used social media platforms to contact smugglers during their journey. Just imagine that for a second. The very platforms your children use daily have become sophisticated advertising spaces for international human traffickers operating with complete impunity. And now listen carefully, because this is where it gets absolutely insane and will make you question everything you thought you knew about government competence. The UK has been fighting this exact same battle for 7 long years. 7 years of failure after failure. Successive governments have thrown money at the problem like it's confetti at a wedding, with zero results to show for it. Under the last Labour government, the asylum backlog was a manageable 19,000 cases. Today, brace yourself, over 100,000 cases are sitting there waiting, gathering dust while costing taxpayers millions daily. The backlog had already doubled before the small boats crisis even started. You see the pattern, right? They're literally drowning in their own incompetent bureaucracy while desperate people are drowning in the freezing channel waters. What do you think? Comment below and let me know if you're as outraged as I am. But here's the most outrageous part that will blow your mind. In 2022, they had a record-breaking 45,700 illegal crossings. This year's numbers are heading in the exact same disastrous direction despite all the tough talk, all the new spending, and all the dramatic announcements. These criminal gangs are charging €3,000 per person, and business is absolutely booming while governments fumble around helplessly. Let's talk about what happened in Spain, and prepare yourself because this story will completely change how you think about modern human trafficking. Spanish police, working closely with Europol, just dismantled a sophisticated criminal network that was smuggling mainly Yemeni migrants to Britain and Canada using expertly forged documents and insider connections. These criminals were charging up to €3,000 per desperate person and successfully facilitated more than 40 irregular migration attempts before getting caught. Here's where it gets even worse and shows the true scale of this operation. The criminal enterprise was incredibly sophisticated, operating like a legitimate travel agency, but for illegal immigration. First, migrants would somehow obtain completely legitimate Greek refugee documents through contacts and corruption. Then, At major European airports, gang members would discreetly hand them professionally counterfeited passports along with genuine boarding passes to fly directly to their final destinations in comfort and safety. The mastermind behind this operation coordinated absolutely everything from his base, from ticket bookings to document forgery, to the entire smuggling process across multiple countries. Canada's border agency first alerted Spanish authorities back in September after discovering multiple suspicious cases of Yemeni nationals attempting entry from Spanish airports with expertly forged travel documents that looked completely authentic at first glance. You won't believe how absolutely brazen and sophisticated these criminals have become in their operations. They're not hiding in dark alleys anymore like some movie stereotype. They're operating boldly through official international airports, using genuine boarding passes, and systematically exploiting the European Union's own refugee protection system to create completely false identities. Just imagine that for a second, they've literally turned the EU's humanitarian refugee system into a highly profitable money-making machine that generates millions in illegal profits. €3,000 per person might not sound like an enormous amount, but multiply that by 40 successful trips that we know about. That's already €120,000 in pure profit. And that's just from one single network that happened to get caught by pure chance. How many dozens of others are operating successfully right now across Europe? The Spanish investigation only started because Canadian border officials noticed a suspicious pattern. Yemeni nationals kept showing up with questionable documents, specifically from Spanish airports. Think about the incredible level of coordination and corruption required here: trusted contacts in Greece for obtaining refugee papers, skilled forgers for creating fake passports, airport insiders for legitimate boarding passes, and experienced coordinators managing the entire complex operation across multiple countries and jurisdictions. This isn't desperate people making rash decisions. This is organized international crime operating at its absolute finest level. We live in absolutely critical times when headlines change by the hour, and the political decisions made today in government offices can dramatically shape the rest of your week, your month, or even your entire future and that of your family. That's exactly why it's more important than ever before to stay truly informed about what's really happening behind the scenes. These aren't just boring statistics and meaningless policy announcements from politicians. These represent real human lives, billions of hard-earned taxpayer money, and the long-term future of European security and stability. While governments spend enormous sums of money trying to stop migration through traditional methods, sophisticated criminal networks adapt quickly, evolve constantly, and find ingenious new ways to profit massively from human desperation and government incompetence. The UK's latest £100 million investment might catch some small-time smugglers eventually, but the Spain case clearly shows us just how incredibly sophisticated and well-organized these international operations have become. They're not just using dangerous boats anymore, they're confidently using major airports, completely legitimate documents, and the refugee system itself as their primary tools. If this video brought you real value and opened your eyes, hit that like button hard and subscribe immediately. You're not just supporting this independent channel, you're investing directly in your own awareness and protection. We're building an honest English-speaking news community here that tells the truth, and your active support helps it grow stronger every single day.